We're back.
It's been a minute.
Yes. Success. We're back. Craziness has been happening, Janine.
It has.
As we both take time to take a drink on this painfully hot night and afternoon.
Yes.
That's just unnecessary, if we're being honest. But we're going to cool down with a cool movie. Or are we going to heat up with a hot movie?
This movie's pretty hot.
Are we going to get slightly panicked and weirdly annoyed because it's just full of carnage and hellfire?
I mean, I think we're going to have a good time because it's just that damn ridiculous.
Of course we're going to have a good time. No doubt we're having a good time. I am just posting out the here we are live. Hello, everyone. Posts. But yes, Janine's got snacks. What snacks have you got today, Janine?
I chose Skittles today.
Skittles?
Yeah.
They're just the fruitier version of M&M's.
Yes, technically.
They're just Smarties, but smaller and fruitier.
They're Smarties with substance.
What are the difference between Smarties and M&M's? They're the same thing.
No, they're not.
They are.
For us, you mean to tell me Smarties are different now too? Because our Smarties have nothing to do with chocolate.
Nothing to do with chocolate?
No.
There's definitely chocolate in Smarties.
No, our Smarties are literally just little sugar pills.
Do they not have chocolate in Smarties?
No, our Smarties are just those nasty sugar candy necklaces.
Necklaces?
Yes, you've never seen those.
Smarties on a necklace. Smarties come in a little tube. Tube.
But have you seen those necklaces that little girls used to wear? They used to make them made of like little sugar candies that were just basically pure sugar in different colors.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like chalky sugar candies around a little elastic necklace.
I know what you mean.
That sugary candy, they just make them in a candy form, and that's what we call Smarties here.
Well, Smarties must be the same. Admittedly, I haven't eaten Smarties in many years.
No, our Smarties are different.
But we're not here for
candy
chocolate chat, whatever you want to call it. We're here for Con Air.
We are.
Because this week was Con Air Day. Apparently.
Yes. I mean, for me, I don't know if other people celebrate it, but I usually make a big deal that I had a lot going on, so I did not. I always watch Con Air on July 14th because that is the day these events take place. So.
Yes, it is.
So I usually celebrate by watching it on July 14th, but I didn't get my chance to do that. So today.
Because craziness has been happening.
Yes, just busy work, busy
craziness has been happening. That's why we haven't had too much go on this channel in the last month.
We kind of have lives now, like outside of social things. So
yes,
actual
we're trying to work
in-person social things. So we're trying to now balance our social lives with making content because we do love doing this, but we also missed being out in the world. So
certainly did.
Yeah,
things happen.
We are trying to find the balance there and getting back to watch-alongs with Con Air today.
Yes.
So.
Very exciting. Yes. Although, admittedly, not as good as Face Off, is it? It's not. You don't even know it's not.
The ridiculous fun aspect, yeah, definitely not. That's good.
It's more legit. It's more of a legit actual 90s action movie rather than just a really bizarre, weird fest.
Well, for me, this movie will always be tied to Face Off. This was...
it will.
Not only are we just celebrating little Casey Poe's birthday today, but we are also celebrating a huge movie memory for me. You know, when I get asked that question, you know, what is your earliest movie memory or your favorite movie memory? It's
Yes.
the memory of being like 10 or 11 and going to the drive-in, which was always an exciting thing. And you know, because it was always a big to-do. You go stop at the store, you get all your snacks, you're like getting to watch it from your car, which seems like the coolest thing. You know,
Tuning the radio into the right.
Yes, and my mom would let us sit on the hood and watch sometimes, and you know.
Did you ever
that whole to do of getting out of the house and being outside and getting snacks and all of that? And it happened to be a double feature of Con Air and Face Off. So naturally, I developed this weird phase of a crush on Nick Cage at this time in my life. And just thought these movies were so over the top and ridiculous and so much fun, and got excited that this movie references Fresno. So, where I live. So, yeah, as a kid, that was very exciting.
The thing is, I mean, I think we should start the movie soon. The way we do these is we just go from go, don't we? We just go from 0, 0, 0. We don't faff around.
No.
But we have a little countdown. We'll get into more stories, I think, because we could be here all day talking, I suppose, without actually watching the movie. So I think it's probably best 6 minutes in to just start the movie.
Okay.
And the fun will commence.
You could have just said, "Shut up, Janine. Let's start."
No, I don't want you to shut up. I want you to carry on, but I want I don't want to be sat here for 15 minutes while we're telling nice stories, and we still haven't watched the movie. There's not much intense watching that needs to be happening of this movie over the next couple of hours, Janine.
Yes. Okay. Are you ready?
We're ready. I am ready.
And I will on go.
On go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Is it gone? Is it gone?
Touchstone Pictures.
Is it gone? We get the buffering.
Oh,
we're fine.
Okay.
No, we're fine. We're fine. We're good.
All right.
Yes, it's not as good as Face Off, though, is it?
No.
It's not as good as Face Off because it's actually more of a real movie, and that's why it's not as good.
John Cusack reportedly hates this movie and hates talking about it in interviews.
Why?
I don't know.
Is John Cusack too good for himself?
Apparently so. Oh, no.
Does John Cusack like talking about high fidelity?
Probably.
Does he like talking about say anything?
I would assume so, but not this ridiculous.
I would assume he hates talking about say anything. I would assume he hates talking about boom boxes and Peter Gabriel so much. Like so much. Why does he not want to talk about this? And why did you have a crush on Nick Cage at this time in 1997 when he was in his absolute weirdest phase?
Because it was literally 2 back-to-back movies where he was being a badass, and I thought that was like, oh.
Not being a badass.
Okay, my movie froze, so tell me what timestamp you're at, and I will catch up.
1:42, 43, 44, 45.
I just kind of went, and I went right there. So
okay. Perfect. But the thing is, Janine, Nicolas Cage isn't an attractive man. I don't think. Then again, I'm not really into men, so...
I mean, he has his moments, and the charisma.
Does he?
Of this time, he was, like, hot right now. I don't know what it was. I think it was just seeing 2 movies of him being a badass back to back. And me in my preteen years, just like, I don't know.
So you're telling me it could have been really anybody, providing they were a badass in the movie that you'd seen 2 in a row of.
Yeah, I mean, he's the hero, and he looked
Tommy
pretty
Lee
good.
Jones.
He looked hell no. He looked. I mean, he was the hero. He was looked pretty good in that wife beater, saving the day.
Right,
Like I don't know. Right. I don't know what it was. My preteen self was just 2 back-to-back Nicolas Cage roles where in the second half of Face Off he's being a good guy. So then it's like, okay.
He is, yes, he is the good guy for most of Face Off. But you cannot possibly tell me that him at the beginning of Face Off is in any way attractive to you.
No, I could eat a peach for hours and it's not hot.
No.
It was weird. But I had just come off this movie. It was literally a double feature of these 2 movies. So I just seen this movie.
Well, at least they showed that one last.
And then it ended with Face Off.
I suppose in a weird way, Face Off obviously has like 14 endings.
Yes.
This one doesn't really. From what I can remember, it has been a long time, to be honest, since I've watched.
And this How Do I Live song was literally done by Trisha Yearwood for this movie. But yeah, no one ever remembers that Trisha Yearwood did it. They just remember the Leanne Rimes version.
Well, we're very familiar, Janine, aren't we, at the minute, from our recent discussions of movies, of songs that have been made for movies that we had no idea were made for those particular movies.
Yes, we did have a good discussion about that. So now, do we know if this is a real, actual thing you could get charged with? If you are in the military and you have special training, are you considered a lethal weapon, so you are under kind of a different authority than a normal person?
I don't know. I'm not in the... You'd have to ask a military person. But he was being attacked.
Yeah, it was self-defense, but he's under different laws than a normal person.
Yeah. He's not like James Bond, is he?
No.
James Bond, I've always thought James Bond was far too unhinged to have his license to kill anyway. Just kill anybody. He's a maniac.
And
he's just a serial killer in a suit.
He listens to his crappy lawyer, and it still doesn't work.
I think Nicolas Cage in The Rock is arguably the best action Nicolas Cage of them all.
7 to 10 years. See, dumb lawyer didn't even know what he was talking about. And Conner, title card, as Dead Meat would say. Dead Meat James would say.
What are your feelings towards The Rock?
I like The Rock. It's not one I ever like. Everyone is obsessed with The Rock. I don't love it as much as most
obsessed with The Rock.
People are just like
obsessed with The Rock.
I think in the sense that like it's peak perfect action to them. Like, you know.
I think it's the best Nicolas Cage action performance. I think it's probably actually the best Nicolas Cage action movie of the era.
So, but people
it's still
love
not as
that
good as
movie.
Face Off because Face Off's Face Off.
People love that movie. I don't love it like that. I haven't not revisited. I revisit this movie and Face Off way more than I ever revisit The Rock. Not to say that it's bad. I just never really think to or have the desire to. But when I watch it, I'm like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah, see, I'm way more Face Off on The Rock than this.
This is just ridiculous because, like, this accent is so bad. It's Southern, and Southern is like one of the easiest accents to do.
I think that's what throws me off about it, to be honest.
I just love his little thing at the end.
It was so good to read your letter.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Break out the fine china, chill the lemonade, tie
Nicolas
a
Cage
ribbon around the old oak tree. Because this man's coming home to his ladies. Coming home forever. So bad.
Nicolas
Southern
Cage
is
a
literally
good actor as well.
he's a good actor, Oscar-winning actor, but like, Southern is literally like the easiest accent to do, and he can't do it at all. It's so bad.
Well, I think the easiest accent to do is your own.
Well, I mean, if you're putting on an accent that is not your own, then Southern would be the easiest. Wouldn't you agree?
No,
No,
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yours was better than his.
I can't do it because you tend to find that Southern English people can do it really well. And then more Northern English people can do more what you would call standard American better than Southern English people can. Because of the way the R's are and the vowels are flat. Because Southern US is very, very round.
So like how Andrew Lincoln does his Rick Grimes accent.
Yeah. But isn't it? So that, like the general Southern US accent that Nicolas Cage is trying to do is a very, very round vowels, very round R's.
I'm going to see my daddy for the first time on July 14th.
Whereas if you listen to my vowels and my R's, they're very flat.
Yes. But I still think you sounded better when you were doing it right now than he does.
It's as though it really is as though he's taken his accent coaching off of like wrestling or something like that. Something that's just too cheesy.
Yeah.
I know how he sounds like he's trying to do a bad impression of James Vanderbeek from Varsity Blues, a movie that hadn't even come out yet.
I don't want your life. But even James Vanderbeeks was better, but he was really like
yeah,
really
James Vanderbeeks was awful.
Dirty all up in it. He was trying too hard, I think.
He was trying far too hard.
Nick Cage doesn't try hard enough. James Vanderbeek tried too hard, so he was really like going for it, and it was too much.
My name is James Vanderbeek.
I don't want your life.
Oh, it's a really terrible idea, though, isn't it? This, I mean, why put them all on the same plane?
Right?
It's just stupid. These are very, very high security prisoners, and you're whacking them on the same plane with no other security.
Nope.
Well, if they're on death row, why aren't they staying on death row? That's my question.
Right.
Not that they should be on death row anyway. If you ask me, death row, not really into that, you know.
Yeah.
But I really feel like that's basically you're staying here until you get killed. She ain't never seen me.
She ain't never seen me.
I don't know. It's because he's still doing Nick Cage cadence, but with a southern accent.
With the southern.
That's why. That's the issue.
John Cusack in them sandals. Oh my gosh. And I had a crush on him too in this movie as well.
I know John Cusack is kind of at his movie making peak in around this time, late 90s, early 2000s. But he's certainly not a handsome peak.
I don't know what it was. I don't know. I guess it was just their heroic actions. It's just like, I think he's a good looking man in this era. Like
I'm
in
not
this
saying he
movie,
isn't.
in Serendipity, like.
But is he more attractive here than he is in his younger days?
I mean, I think so.
I don't think he is.
I
Is
think
he?
90s John Cusack is solid, cute John Cusack.
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm just going off. Maybe I'm going off the clothes. I mean, look at the size of his blazer, Janine.
Yeah.
Look at the size of John Cusack's blazer and look at the size of John Cusack's sunglasses.
Yes, this was the year, the decade of ill-fitting suits.
But why are his sunglasses so small?
That was the style.
Like, look at the dude behind him's not wearing sunglasses that small.
He has bigger glasses because he's in charge.
I wear the glasses in this house.
Exactly. He's higher ranked, so he has bigger sunglasses.
That makes no sense. At all. What's that about? Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you about the driving.
Yes.
You know, when you tune in, did you ever, couldn't tune your radio in properly and you just had to watch a silent movie instead and try and figure out what they were saying?
I never ran into that problem, no. It always seemed to
Or
work.
did you?
And I always thought it was like the coolest. How does it know? That is so cool that they're broadcasting the thing. Oh my god.
Did the radio ever cut to the next station over and it would just be like two guys going, hey, well, welcome to 97.7.
It's been a minute. Sometimes it would be a minute where you were like, it's not matching up. It's not matching up. And then you have to figure out after some time that you were on the wrong movie.
Exposition. Here are all the prisoners.
Yeah, here and one by one. Check them out.
Ving Rhames. What's Ving Rhames doing now? Is Ving Rhames one of those people that's like... I don't know what I was just going to say. I do know what I was just going to say. I was going to say something quite nasty. Not nasty. But I feel like Ving Rhames is in that kind of type of celebrity that could very easily not be alive anymore, but nobody remembers.
What do you
know
mean?
What I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Did Ving Rhames secretly die in 2011 or something like that, and people are like, is Ving Rhames dead?
What? I don't think that.
I don't think Ving Rhames is dead, is he? Ving Rhames is.
No.
What's Ving Rhames doing these days? It's because we don't see him. I like Ving Rhames. Where is he? What's he doing? Tell me, Janine, what is he doing? What's Ving Rhames doing?
Oh my gosh. So did I tell you this terrible Ving Rhames movie my brother made us watch at Christmas?
It wasn't The People Under the Stairs, was it? That's a wonderful Ving Rhames movie.
It's called Holiday Heart.
Oh, it's a Christmas movie.
Ving Rhames, that's his name. That's his drag queen name.
Oh,
in this
dear.
movie. Ving Rhames is a drag queen named Holiday Heart.
At Christmas?
No, I mean, I don't even think...
Holiday Heart just sounds like a Christmas movie to me.
It does, but it doesn't even specifically take place at Christmas.
But you watched it at Christmas?
Yes, and it's called Holiday Heart because that's his drag queen name.
Right.
So he's a drag queen who takes in this mother and her daughter. The mom's played by Alfre Woodard. And
of course the mum's played by Alfre Woodard. You didn't even need to tell me, Janine. If Alfre Woodard, you just sort of said Alfre Woodard's in the movie and I would have been like, oh, she's the mother then.
But
because
just imagine,
Alfre Woodard is always somebody's mother.
So just imagine Ving Rhames playing an effeminate gay man.
I expect it's maddeningly offensive.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. There's literally a part where him and his lover, like his partner, buy a house together, like a duplex, and he tells Ving Rhames that I got this for us, baby. This is our home.
Who plays this dude?
Nobody famous, really,
Nobody.
because he ends up dying, and so when Ving Rhames shows up at the funeral, the family obviously is very irate because I think this takes place in the 90s. So they are they don't want him there kind of exploiting or talking about their dead relatives' gay, life or whatever. He goes up there and sings their song, that Baby Love song. And it's like
Baby Love.
Yeah.
Like the Supremes.
Yes.
Like, that's a really appropriate thing to sing at a funeral.
And he breaks down.
That's a bit too jazzy. He breaks down.
I want to say that's what he sings, and he breaks down halfway through the song because he's so heartbroken. Oh, but they do a flashback of him getting this house with his partner, and after the partner tells him that he got this house for them and they're going to live in this in bliss together, he picks up Ving Rhames' big ass by the threshold, and Ving Rhames literally goes like, wee, or something like that, and he carries him into the house.
Absolutely not. Ving Rhames is about 6'6" and 300 pounds. You are not of muscle. You are not lifting the man.
Yes, and then there are plenty of scenes of him dressed in drag, being Holiday Heart, performing, because that's his job.
Why did your brother?
Why
did your brother? Was he doing it as a joke?
Probably partially, and probably because he just thought it was great, actually. So.
But the thing is, Janine, Dave Chappelle.
Yes, Dave Chappelle in this movie.
What movie was Dave Chappelle in that I didn't realize Dave Chappelle was in, and then he showed up and I was like, oh, it's Dave Chappelle.
The Nutty Professor?
No. Oh, possibly, actually. Might have been, actually. Yeah, it was. Well done, Janine.
Yeah, Danny Trejo.
Was the Nutty Professor. Danny Trejo.
Mm-hmm.
Mustacheless Danny Trejo, so we don't like that. I prefer mustachioed Danny Trejo, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Just get Danny Trejo to play all the cons because Danny Trejo was a con. Oh, it's so interesting.
Yes.
You must get bored after a point, Danny Trejo has spent his entire life in prison uniform, both forcibly and not forcibly. Does he own any clothes? Is he just constantly rocking about wearing jail clothes? Because in every movie he's ever been in, I want to see Danny Trejo playing
Holiday Heart
or Holiday Heart or whatever she would call.
Well, I mean, in later years, he's been a lot more kind of silly and goofy.
Oh, that's true. Yes, yeah, that's true. But even like Machete, is Machete not?
Yeah, but Machete
con or something.
Yeah, but Machete, that character originated, I'm pretty sure, in the Spy Kids movie.
Well, that is true, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, he was Uncle
Robert
Machete.
Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm. And then he was just in every Robert Rodriguez movie in one part or another.
Oh dear.
See what happens when you have what happens when you have ashy hands. They get rough and calloused, and they're thick enough where you can hide some nasty old needle up in your skin. That's why you need to put lotion on, Morgan, as we discussed in our live stream with the patrons.
Yeah, okay.
That's what happens when you don't put lotion on.
I put hand cream on. I have some hand cream.
Okay, well, at least that's good.
Yeah. Because my hands do get very rough. at work and things. And there's no way Dave Chappelle makes movies these days.
No.
There's no way he's going anywhere near it. Help fire. You don't say.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Willy Wonka. Help, please, someone.
Yeah.
Emergency.
Did you watch that video I ever sent you on the things wrong with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
There's nothing wrong with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Janine.
No,
Absolutely nothing.
I think they pointed out some great things about.
There isn't anything wrong with the movie.
They pointed out how
there
confusing that town is.
Well, yes, but it's what makes the movie that it's in Belgium, Britain, America.
Oh no. Oh my gosh, this is chaos.
How has somebody not thrown up from all the plane turbulence yet?
Right?
That's my question. This plane's shaking all over the gaff.
Oh my gosh, this is a mess. No, pilots, don't.
And what's his face? John Malkovich is out now. What's his face? Cyrus.
Cyrus the virus.
How did I forget that?
I remember.
The useless on the schmodown, Janine.
I remember a girl in high school was obsessed, completely obsessed with this movie. She would have a notebook.
Oh, I thought you were going to say with John Malkovich. Then.
No, with this movie. And like she had a binder where she would just write down random pieces of dialogue from this movie. And like quote them.
Yeah, that is a little bit next level, really, isn't it? There's no real need for that. With any movie, any one movie, you don't need to do that sort of stuff with.
Yeah.
That's too intense.
Yeah, her name was Denise, and she was obsessed with this movie.
Well, don't call her out on it. I mean, what if she sees this?
This was like in junior high school. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Denise, I haven't said anything if you are watching.
I did not say her last name.
She'll know.
She won't know.
She will.
And what is the problem? She was obsessed with this movie.
She might hate it now. Something might have happened.
I don't think that's a bad
She might have had a really bad experience meeting John Malkovich.
Maybe.
Because I do feel like John Malkovich is a deeply unsociable person. Do you not get that immediate impression?
Yes.
That's too intense, Danny Trejo. We don't need that.
I know.
Calm down.
Which I appreciate Cyrus telling him to keep it in his pants.
We're not here for that, Danny.
Who still uses glass needles?
Oh, God. Make me go funny, Janine.
What?
Needles. Glass needle.
Well, yeah, he's saying he doesn't have any needles for his insulin because they were all broken. But it was like, who uses glass needles? I get the insulin being in a glass thing, but the needles.
I don't know.
How'd you do with your shot, though? Did you handle it well?
What for? Yeah.
Your vaccine?
Oh, yeah. The actual incident was perfectly fine.
Okay.
which I was quite surprised at myself about, to be fair. I think it would be better if Cyrus the Virus was called Cyrus the Pious.
But that doesn't rhyme.
And he was just a very religious man.
That doesn't rhyme, so it wouldn't work.
It does.
No,
Us.
it would be. No,
Yes.
You need the Russ.
All right then. Rufus the Doofus.
Okay, that rhymes.
Could be called
but then it
Rufus
has
the
nothing
Doofus.
to do. But his name's not Rufus.
But it could be. This is a
No.
fictional movie. Could have been called Rufus the Doofus, and he was really just an absolute clown.
No, I don't like that.
I like that.
And you would like that.
Like Cameron the Cameron doesn't have a rhyme. Does Cameron have a rhyme? Cameron the cameraman.
No, no, it's too much.
And he's just filming the whole incident.
You're doing too much now.
Ving the King for Ving Rhames, because I forget his character's name.
He's Diamond Dog.
Works. And Dave Chappelle, the owner of several lapel pins, because he's Lapel Chappelle.
Okay. No, I think you're doing a little too much, but
I think that's a Dave Chappelle character that he didn't create, was Lapel Chappelle, who was just obsessed with lapel pins.
I don't like that. Oh my
Could
god.
have been funny.
Of course, this undercover cop sneaking a gun on the plane against John Cusack's advice.
You're not allowed to bring weapons on planes, Janine. They didn't go through the security procedures properly.
No.
I bet they didn't even take the shoes off, the belt, the hat, and the coat. Did they take their laptops out of their hand luggage, Janine?
No, they did not.
They didn't. They did not go through the proper security checks, as there is a gun on this plane. We do not allow that. Unless, presumably, if it's a military plane. You probably are allowed guns on a military plane.
Yeah.
Janine, have you ever referred to any white people as honkies?
I have not had the pleasure. Would you like me to call you a honky, Morgan?
Well, if you want.
Okay, I'll find the right.
I have no deep-seated
offense to that term.
Offense to that particular term.
Okay.
I in truth don't even know what it really means. What is it in reference to? Do we know? Do we know that?
The history of the term honky, but it is in the same vein as, I guess, a cracker.
I've never even heard that one. I've never. I mean, it's an American thing, isn't it?
You've never heard a white person called cracker?
No. Am I just fortunate?
Apparently.
I feel like this is an American thing.
Okay.
Like racism in general. Oh. That was cold. That was a deep punch to the gut. I couldn't stop myself from that one. That just came out. No, I haven't heard that one. What was that one in reference to?
Okay, it's just because white people are white like crackers.
Cracker?
Yes. But you don't have
What, like-
crackers. You know,
Like crackers that you eat.
Like saltine crackers?
They're not white.
Well, like white people aren't essentially white either, but that's the point.
I am. Have you seen me? Look at that.
That's because you live where there is no sunlight.
That's that colour. See that colour of my microphone? It's the same.
It is not.
That's white. I know, but I don't think white people are cracker coloured.
Well, I don't know. I was going to suggest
it was due to wrinkles.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's just plain boring and a white pasty color that is a comparative term. I think it's something that should be Googled. Let's go.
It's just vanilla, is it? It's just calling someone vanilla, isn't it? You can't call non-white people vanilla. It doesn't make any sense. Why are we talking about racial slurs?
I don't know. Because of the honky.
Oh, that's because that's right. Yes.
Okay.
I just want to know where it derives from.
I guess. In US, it's an offensive term for a poor white person.
What?
Like a cracker.
A honky.
A cracker.
Or a cracker. A poor white person. Why? Because they're addicted to crack or something?
Maybe, but then also like crackers are just poor food that you eat when you have nothing else.
People like crack. I feel like this is discriminatory against crackers, if anything. Never mind people. What's wrong with crackers? And, people have crackers and cheese.
Yeah, but boring old saltine crackers. It's like the basic ass cracker.
I know, but you can jazz them up with spreads.
Yeah, but it needs the spread. Ain't nothing without no spreads.
Well, that's like saying chicken isn't anything without seasoning. Nothing's anything without anything else.
Okay, honky, a derogatory term used by black people for white person or for white people collectively.
Collectively.
It's an insult and contemptuous term for a white person.
But what does it mean?
Also,
I know that
is a derogatory term directed toward white people. Let's see. See what Wikipedia says. The first recorded use of honky in the context may date back to 1946, although the use of honky tonk occurred in films as well. The exact origins of the word are generally unknown, and postulations about the subject vary.
Has it got something to do with honky tonk music? Please tell me.
Honky may be a variant of hunky, which was a derivative of bohunk, a slur for various Slavic and Hungarian immigrants who moved to America from the Austro-Hungarian Empire in the early 1900s.
I feel like that's too specific.
The phrase honky tonk refers to a particular type of country music. So I don't know, maybe that's
it's definitely that.
So I don't know.
It's definitely that. Country, you've said country music. There's nothing whiter than country music. It's definitely that.
Yeah, so
it has to be.
Bow, bow, bow.
Oh, it's very intense and slow.
It is.
And Cyrus is wearing those weird goggles.
Well, it's dusty out there.
Well, he should have proper eyes. He doesn't need goggles.
Well, you be out in a sandstorm. See how you like it.
I wouldn't be in this situation where I'm on a plane full of criminals because I'm not a criminal or a law enforcement agent.
I don't know.
I'm neither of those things.
Seem pretty suspect to me.
In what way? What am I being suspected of now?
Not knowing about crackers and honkies.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm just, I don't know. Racial slurs conversation over with.
Yes.
That was fun.
You just steal somebody's lunch.
Well, that really takes it over the edge. I mean, all these horrible crimes, Janine. Stealing somebody's lunch is the next level.
Yeah.
We can't be getting away with that. Somebody has to eat. That was lewd.
Yes.
There was no need for that.
No. Department of Erection. Oh, correction. Oh, shoot.
What?
Oh, nothing.
What?
I printed some pictures earlier and I thought, oh, they all look great. And then when I realized somebody's completely cut off. That's not nice.
You've been cutting people out. You've not been blanking out people's faces in pictures like a ghost from a
I would
weird
never.
movie, have you, Janine?
No, I haven't.
Do you have a picture of the two of us where you've just scribbled my face out and I'm going to die in a week?
No.
In some mysterious circumstance.
Yeah, no. I would never.
Please don't whisper the ring thing in my ear when I've got an earbud in. It's really unnecessary.
Sorry. Boop, beep, boop, beep, boop.
I do like the ring. And I mean the remake as well, the American remake as well.
I haven't seen it in a while.
It is good. Are you printing again?
I feel bad. I have to reprint that picture. And of course, they don't listen because nobody wants to listen to John Cusack in this movie.
Morons. I mean, that door nearly took John Cusack's head off. Why?
That's why you listen to John Cusack.
When there is a sign on something that says, do not open, or do not go in here, or do not look, or this is a big red button, please do not press it, is the first thing everybody always does is the opposite of what it's telling you to do. Why is that? What's wrong with people?
I don't.
And I include myself. What's wrong with us?
I don't know.
Why do we always want to do what we're not allowed to do? Do we think it's dangerous and aren't we being bad?
Ooh, breaking the rules. Oh yeah.
There's nothing clever about breaking the rules. I sound like a head teacher.
You do.
It isn't big and it isn't clever. Sit back down and do your math homework.
You sound like the teacher from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
No. If I was the teacher from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Janine, I will be talking about percentages like this. Say you have
and
200
your
Wonka
teachers,
bars.
presumptuous and rude. Is that what he says?
How many Wonka bars did you have? 50. Right. Well, 10% of 50. We do that, don't we? Lovely. 5. Right. How many Wonka bars did you have, Charlie? 2. 200. No. Just 2. 2?
Okay.
I can't do a percentage of 2. You're an idiot, the maths teacher from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Why there's even a maths teacher in the Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory, I do not know. Completely irrelevant and doesn't waste the first hour of the movie, but you get some nonsense in that first 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Of course, our favourite, Janine, is the Queen getting her Wonka bars, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
No. What's the smallest plane you've ever been in? There's a question.
I've been on a few planes that like do short trips to like Fresno to San Francisco or Fresno to LA.
Fresno to San Francisco.
Because it's like it's a
plane.
It's a stopover, so it's like it's not a direct flight. So it always just I don't know.
Right. I have in my head a number of hours that it would take to drive from Fresno to San Francisco. How long does it take to drive from Fresno to San Francisco, Ginny?
It's really not that long. It's like 3.5 hours.
And that's what I thought. I was going to say 3 hours.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours, and like LA is like 3.5 hours.
Do we need to fly there?
No, but it's like I would get a direct flight somewhere, but there would be a layover. So like the one plane would get me from Fresno to San Francisco, and then I would get on another plane to go to wherever my final destination was, and it was usually a tiny airplane.
Hello, Kimber. Thank you for popping in.
Hi.
How are you? I'm very well. I think I am anyway. You've missed the fun conversation.
We were trying to figure out the origins of the term cracker and honky.
Yeah. Because Janine wanted to call me a honky, and I was wondering if I should be offended by it or not, because I really don't know.
I didn't want to call you a honky.
Yes, you did.
Someone in the movie called somebody else a honky,
and you said, got curious about it. Calling you that.
You got curious about it, so I said, "Why are you so curious? Do you want me to call you a honky, Morgan?" And you said, "Perhaps if the term is not that bad," and that devolved into us researching.
Yes, it did.
Here we got Steve Buscemi.
Oh, Steve Buscemi. You want your weird dude.
Yeah, your weird cannibal.
Just put Buscemi in there. I mean, that mask isn't as effective as Hannibal Lecter's even, is it?
No, not so much.
It was just
it's not as cool
a piece
looking.
Of soft material. He could bite through that if he wanted to. Hannibal Lecter's not biting through his mask. That's like a hard...
Kimber is asking, what is your favorite Nicolas Cage performance?
It's tough because what are we talking?
I mean, I think Face Off is pretty great.
But are we talking a face-off level of performance? Or are we talking an actual
Any, I would say any
legitimate
performance.
performance? Then yeah, it's probably face-off.
Because to like bring that type of energy to such a ridiculous performance is like takes a lot.
It's probably face-off.
Yeah.
Do you like Cole Meany, the supporting actor in every action movie in the 90s, also known as the gentleman sat next to John Cusack?
Yeah, he's always terrible. He's never a good person.
He's in every 90s movie.
Yes.
Tom says honky's a reference to honky tonk music. That's what we found out.
That's what we discovered
or not.
In our research, yes.
So definitely, by all means, lay it on me.
Oh, Color Out of Space. My friend Brendan, who's in the Schmodown, he was in that movie with Nicolas Cage. Brendan Meyer, I believe, is in that movie. He plays Nicolas Cage's son.
He was. Fortunately, it came out the director was fairly terrible.
I never saw The Weatherman, but yeah, he was great in The Family Man as well.
Not discounting the good work that was done in The Color Out of Space there, Janine. I do apologize.
No, it's okay. I never watched it. I just knew Brendan was in it. So everyone was talking about this movie where he was playing Nicolas Cage's son. Which apparently he's in like a huge amount of debt, so he just does a bunch of random things because he's broke.
No.
Yes, it's hot. When it's hot,
it's so hot.
Morgan likes to have the buttons down. Yeah, he likes to go all Rico Suave style.
No.
Yes.
Why do I get made fun of?
No one's making fun of you. No one is. You just see it as making fun. We're just making observations, and you see that as making fun.
Yeah, because it is.
It is not. Speaking of strange, yes, you missed us discussing Holiday Heart, a movie with Ving Rhames playing a drag queen named Holiday Heart. So just picture Ving Rhames in drag singing Supreme songs.
And apparently getting lifted over the threshold of a house by another man.
Mm-hmm.
As though anybody could do that to Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
Physically. Turtles are endangered. I'm praising you not using turtle-made products. Thank you, Tom. I save the turtles. Yes, by all means.
Yeah.
If turtlenecks were made from turtles, then I don't think they'd be comfy at all. They'd be quite hard or squidgy. They'd be one of the two. They'd probably be a mix of both.
A mix of hard and squidgy?
A mix of hard and squidgy. Like all the best things in the world. I shouldn't have said that. That went.
You shouldn't have said hard and squidgy?
No. You do need to send me my flower crown and bow tie. There's only so much time left in the year now for me to get away with wearing a flower crown. It's nearly the end of July. Once autumn starts, we can't be getting away with wearing a flower crown anymore and parading around like it's midsummer.
I know. I want to see you do that. It would be very, very midsummer.
I'll just go out for the day just wearing it. See what people say. Why are we shaving turtles? I don't know. Did I say shaving? I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I meant saving.
Look, she said they're acceptable. 365 days a year. There's no limit to when you can wear a flower crown.
It depends what flowers are on it. If you're putting like holly and, whatever Christmas trees, the actual name of Christmas trees are, you could wear it at Christmas. I don't know the actual name of Christmas trees now, Janine. Why am I losing my mind?
Christmas trees have a name?
Of course Christmas trees have a name.
They're not just called Christmas trees?
No.
Something?
These are facts that I used to know. Why am I going stupid?
I don't know. I didn't know Christmas trees had a name. Yeah, besides for pine trees? Is that what you're trying to say?
Is that what they are? They pine.
Yes, typically. Spruce, Kimber says.
They're not spruce trees. Douglas fir. That's the one.
Douglas fir.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the epic
I don't
line.
want to go stupid.
Here's the epic line.
Do it then.
The pinball gets dropped all over Fresno, California.
Do the line, Janine.
Put the bunny back in the box.
Now, what's better? Put the bunny back in the box, or it rubs the lotion on its skin, or else. What's the worst stupid Southern accent?
Oh my God.
Kimber said first. She did. I wasn't paying attention. I was too in my own mind. That'd give you a bad back walking through there all day.
Right? Here it goes. That's not. I'm like, Fresno doesn't look like that. Maybe downtown, yeah. It looks kind of clean.
It's probably not filmed in Fresno, Janine. It's probably LA. Smack. Ah.
Somebody was like, that body would not do that amount of damage. But I'm like, bodies are heavy. At that rate, building up all that speed going straight down.
Oh, God, yeah, body would do that amount of damage.
Yeah. I remember having an argument with someone who told me that it wouldn't do that. Like when I said and dead bodies are heavier because there's nothing, helping them, pull back weight,
Pull back weight?
Yes. Like holding itself up or anything like that. I mean, even falling at that level, you couldn't really hold yourself up. But like...
Oh, you mean like dense?
Yes, like dead weight. Like if somebody's holding you, you can kind of prop yourself up and not put your full weight on somebody, right? But if you just stop even like fighting it and just put all your dead weight on them, it feels heavier to that person. So I was trying to explain to someone that a dead body, it probably is more dense and more weighty than an actual living person, and that dead body could do that type of damage, and they just did not want to hear me.
Well, TJ's terminal velocity, remember people used to say throwing a penny off the Empire State Building could split someone in half.
Oh, yes.
How many pennies do you reckon have been thrown off the Empire State Building in attempted murder?
Right. I'm sure
I bet people go up. I bet people go up there every week. I bet one person goes up there every week with a bag full of just pennies. It's only $1. You have 100. 100 goes at it. And he's just there launching pennies off the top of the Empire State Building, hoping one hits somebody.
That's terrible.
It's like a little meteor shower. Just peppering people. Causing carnage on the Fifth Avenue. They have to remake the movie It Happened on Fifth Avenue and make it about severe mass murder from falling pennies instead of a nice family Christmas movie.
That's terrible. A nice family Christmas movie like Holiday Heart.
No, which apparently wasn't a Christmas movie. You didn't. You said it wasn't even a Christmas movie. It doesn't make any sense, that movie, Janine.
Oh, no, ridiculous. Oh, which now I'm realizing as well.
Of coming home. What?
Which now I'm realizing as well that Bubba from Forrest Gump, actor in this movie, which I can never remember his name,
It's
also Holiday Heart.
What is his name? Could be the new Die Hard. John McClane has to stop penny throwing villains in 2022. Yes, I'm sure Bruce Willis wants to be doing exactly that. What is his name, Janine? Come on.
And he's like in a bunch of stuff.
He is. It's me becoming.
It's like, why am I thinking it's like Malik or
because I think it is something like that.
Like something Michael. I'm gonna look it up. I can't. Yeah, I think
Claude Makelele. It's not Claude Makelele. He used to be a football player.
McKelty Williamson.
See, people might not think we should be able to rattle off the name of that man fast, but we know we should.
Yes. McKelty
we know
Williamson.
We should be able to do that.
Because he's in everything.
A body fell from the sky.
I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. Body fell out the sky. I don't know when you
a really
like
sinister
that,
version of
Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow, wouldn't it? Murder.
Body falls out the sky.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reading Rainbow. Today we are reading this really heavy crime thriller.
Everyone's gonna die.
Oh, did I ever show you the
You did, the British version of Reading Rainbow, essentially.
What is essentially the British version of the Reading Rainbow? Yes, the story.
But our modern version of the song was sung by Shaka Khan. So I don't think you got all that going on. Now I'm gonna have that in my head all day. Body fell out the sky.
I just like that.
Gonna die.
I just like that our reading show also had a black host.
Yeah, that's great. Which I was also really sad to hear, though. LeVar Burton was like a big push to take over Jeopardy, and they gave it to.
I saw that. Yes,
that George Stephanopoulos guy.
Who?
George Stephanopoulos. He does news. He's like a big network news. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, get the game shows hosted by news anchors, the most boring people on the planet.
I mean, he's a good news anchor, but yeah, he's not like entertaining or anything. Like LeVar Burton's been doing this forever, and he has a great voice and diversity.
That is a whole different skill.
Well, I'm glad we personally took the time to highlight the line because we missed it in the movie.
We did.
Josh's teeth are super yellow. Gross.
He hasn't been using his whitening toothpaste.
Put the
Hasn't been brushing his teeth.
Who has a card that says ass kicker? Like,
Who has a? Yeah, I don't
bet
know.
you
Who
have a
has
license
flames
plate
on the side of the
I
card?
bet on your new car you have a license plate that says ass kicker, don't you?
No, absolutely.
Well, I
Why
wouldn't
on earth
know because you
anybody?
haven't taken any pictures of your new car to put on social media for some odd reason, like any normal
It's not a
person
new
would.
car anymore.
Because you waited too long to post anything about getting a new car. That's like a big deal. That's like your first car, like your first own car, and you think you would post something about it, but so I've only just seen pictures of the car before you even got the car. I haven't actually seen any pictures of you with your car, in your car.
Because there isn't one.
Exactly. So why? You don't know how to social media yourself. People don't like to see those things.
TJ says, do the elephant show now. The elephant? What the hell's that?
Skidamarinky
TJ, you can't
dinky,
just name random American
skidamarinky
things and
doo.
expect to know what they are.
I love you.
Oh, I do know that.
Skidamarinky dinky ding, skidamarinky doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon.
You're going to
Love
have
you
to
in
be
the
very
evening,
careful and name.
underneath the moon. Hey.
You're going to have to be careful and name American children's television that would have translated to Britain.
Yeah, you can have an elephant type show. Dupe.
What the hell? What does that even mean? An elephant type
I remember
show.
that song.
Was there elephants involved?
That's
Was it about elephants?
That was the name of the show.
Was it hosted by elephants? Was it an animated show? Was it a studio show? I don't know anything about that.
I honestly don't remember. I'd have to like go back and look. Oh my gosh.
We're not doing Zoo Billy Zoo.
Zoo Billy Zoo.
We're not doing that.
I think Collider Live made that a really annoying thing.
It did.
Yes, they killed it. And we know how you feel about Collider Live.
Yes, they probably did. Oh yeah, we can't be talking about that sort of stuff with TJ in the room. I'm going to be careful what we say.
Right. I want to go to this dusty old town where gas is $1.03.
No. Whatever happened to affordable fuel for one's car? Oh, the guitar strums of the score, Janine.
Yes. Uh-oh.
It is good. It is more of a legit movie than Face Off, though, because Face Off is just a series of nonsense.
I'm innocent, I swear. Jesus.
Do you know what my favourite part of Face Off is?
What's that?
This, Janine. What's that about?
I know.
What's that for? Why do you need that?
And a very frustrating thing for me is Joan Allen is a gorgeous woman. Why did they make her look 100 years old in that movie? Why did they frump her down, frump her up so bad?
They made her look like former Prime Minister of Britain, Margaret Thatcher.
Yes, they made her look like somebody's grandmother. And she is a gorgeous woman. You see her in any other movie, and she is gorgeous. She's wonderful. And yet they aged her up
Pleasantville.
so hard. Yes, they made her look so frumpy clothes,
Pleasantville
frumpy hair.
was released after
Yes.
Face Off.
Yeah, they did Joan Allen a huge disservice at Face Off. Made her so frumpadumps. Oh.
Do you know what my other favourite part about Face Off is? Is the bald dude.
Oh, that is the director of the Notebook.
What?
And Gina Rowland's son.
What?
Yes. Who's her husband? Who is the famous director?
I don't know. Who
Gina
are you
Rowlands. Gina Rowlands.
I have no idea who's. I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Gina Rowlands is?
I don't think so.
She played the old version of Allie in The Notebook.
I don't really recall.
John Cassavetes.
John Cassavetes.
You don't know
John Cassavetes?
Yes. His son, Nick Cassavetes, was the bald guy from Face Off who directed The Notebook.
Oh. Oh, I thought you were talking about John Cassavetes. I thought John Cassavetes must have been dead at this point.
No, John Cassavetes was married to Gina Rowlands, who played the older
John
version.
Cassavetes was a director in the 60s and the 70s.
Yes, and he directed movies, I think, with Gina Rowlands. Like, she was nominated for an Oscar for a movie, I think she did, made by him. Like,
John Cassavetes was Mia Farrow's husband in Rosemary's Baby.
His baby, yes. His son with Gina Rowlands.
This is the trivia I know.
Yes. His son with Gina Rowlands, Nick Cassavetes, directed The Notebook. That's why Gina Rowlands was in it as older Rachel McAdams.
And it's the bald dude from Face Off.
Yes, who is the bald dude.
Yeah, he's weird.
Yeah, so when I found out this guy directed The Notebook, the fuck?
That's really weird.
Yeah. Son of John Cassavetes.
Oh, Ving Rhames is doing the stereotypical gun point, Janine.
Yes. It's a kill shot. It's a kill shot.
You think Nick Cage looks good wearing that vest?
I think he does. Which we would call a wife beater, and he looks very good.
Which is offensive.
That's what they call it.
I know, but I really don't
It's another term steeped in rednecky culture.
It really is. I really don't like. This is not just a case of British people call that a vest, and we call what you call a vest a waistcoat, but you call that a wife beater. I just find the term that people casually call an item of clothing a wife beater very, very, very problematic.
Yes, that's what it's called. Well, I think he looks very good in it. And I think this is where the crush just...
He's hardly Bruce Willis, is he?
No, but Bruce Willis at that time was not inherently attractive himself either.
In Die Hard time.
Like, he was not buff or anything like that. And this wink.
In Die Hard,
that wink just got me there.
For God's sake. What about this dude's vest that's mesh and got holes in it?
No.
What's the difference?
This is a mesh tank top. You would not see a redneck trailer living southern
wearing mesh.
Yes.
You would do if you were trying to pull off some sort of stereotypical...
It's just so weird.
I bet you would have seen Ving Rhames wearing a mesh.
I want to say there were probably scenes.
Honey Heart or whatever it's called.
Holiday Heart.
Why do I keep calling it Honey Heart?
I mean, the whole point
that sounds more like a real name.
Well, the whole point is it's called Holiday Heart and it sounds like a Christmas movie, but Holiday Heart is just his name, his drag queen name.
And there's nothing to do with Christmas.
Look at Kimber appreciates your disdain for the term wife beater.
I've always thought that about that.
Yeah.
I have.
Like I get where the origins of that came from, but yeah, it's very problematic.
I am somebody that doesn't shun away origins of things. I don't shun away originality and tradition, but I don't condone domestic abuse, I'm afraid. So there's a line.
Oh, this is where he fights, and I remember like, when he did a rap, he did like a kick, and I was like, oh.
He
I
did
remember.
a kick, and I was like,
Oh. That's a good whistle, Danny Trejo. That's a big ass rope.
It is a very large rope. How do you know that specifically, Ving Rhames?
Like, where's this girl's family? Where are her parents?
She just lives there. I think she's a hallucination. I've got hiccups now.
I'm sorry.
How old were you when you realised that the word hiccup is spelt hiccough?
I'm pretty sure our hiccup is spelled how it sounds. You probably just
Right,
have
well,
some
it's
weird
not,
spelling.
so you're spelling it wrong. Hiccup is spelt HICCOUH.
Oh my gosh.
OUGH.
Okay, yeah, that's some woke British shit right there. Just like all your S's instead of Z's and things.
And
we spell it.
jailer, as in the person who looks after the jail. As in, I am a jailer.
Why did you decide to? You almost made me miss my Nicolas Cage kick. Your nonsense spellings.
No, you know what I mean? I am a jailer. I'm usually played by some kind of really squat hunchback guy in movies.
Yeah.
Spelled GAOLER.
Why do you just complicate things for yourself?
Well, that's the
mean,
right
I'll
way of
give
spelling
you.
jail.
I'll give you that our metric system is ridiculous and a more complicated way of doing things compared to
We
yours.
have a mix of the both,
But adding all these extra letters to the word hiccup is just stupid. Because we spell it HICCUP. That's it, hiccup.
Well, the word jail itself in the proper original English is GAOW. GAOL. I can't spell out loud, by the way. People ask me to spell stuff all the time. I have to write it down.
Really?
I know how to spell, but I have to write it down. Spelling bees do not exist in Britain for a good reason, because I would fail at them. I cannot spell out loud.
He looks very good in that tank top. Like, look at the muscles. Like, I can't. I don't know. I don't know how you're not seeing that.
It's the hair.
Look at the back definition.
It's the hair.
The blue eyes.
The hair's the issue.
The hair's not great, but I was able to.
The hair is the issue. The stubble I get.
Yeah.
The physicality I get. I don't understand this fascination that you seem to have with men wearing vests.
I don't know. I don't know what it was. Something was happening. I'm gonna save the fucking day. That was great.
What else weird spelling can I think of? That tractor's not going anywhere. You're not doing anything with that tractor.
Oh, no.
Kimber, Nicolas Cage is not sexy, but I do like his cute cousin Jason Schwartzman. I will actually go on record as saying Nicolas Cage in the late 90s is a more handsome man than Jason Schwartzman has ever been.
Yeah, like I was watching Scott Pilgrim. the other
However,
day and trying to think
physically
like
attracted to men, so we can't really take my
I
judgment.
think I was attracted to this era of Nicolas Cage and maybe even a little bit Moonstruck, but that phase kind of went withered
Moonstruck.
pretty quickly.
Moonstruck Nicolas Cage.
He was okay.
Why? Because he's
He looks
young and in love.
Yes.
Well, now the little girl is
Why
singing
is that truth deception?
Jesus songs.
You've
Steve
upset
Buscemi
me.
is singing Jesus songs with the little girl.
Yes. He's got the whole world.
I used to sing He's Got the Whole World in His Hands at school, Janine.
Seriously?
Yes, because I went to a church primary school and we had to sing hymns every day, including He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. And it would absolutely go off. It was everybody's favourite. It's brainwashing, really. I like the John Cusack movie Identity. I think it's called Identity.
Yes, it's a good movie. I like that movie as well.
With Ray Liotta.
Yes. Amanda Peet.
And it's Alfred Molina, isn't it? Who's the
Yes.
the
Look at him, like doing some hurdle jumps. Okay, John Cusack. He probably did hurdles in school or what?
John Cusack is going to Tokyo 2022.
He did like some legit hurdle
2022,
jumps.
it's this year. When's the Olympics? It's like next week, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
We don't like the Olympics this year either, by the way.
No,
I'm not watching the Olympics. It's gotten silly.
I haven't watched it for a while. I was used to be all about the gymnastics, and then Winter Olympics, I was all about the figure skating, and then I just...
Well, I love the Winter Olympics. You can't beat the Winter Olympics. Winter Olympics are absolutely phenomenal. I love them. But
Okay, how do we feel about this? How do we feel about this this villainous line where he says "sigh" and he says "Anara"?
I mean, it's very good, isn't it? I am into that. It is kind of perfect.
And then there's the slow-mo walk away as he burns.
I mean, look at the amount of fire.
Like, you do think that's good? And look at the slow-mo run and jump and run from the flames.
Yeah, but there's not a chance Nick Cage isn't burnt to a crisp. And who's that old dude?
Somebody had...
Why do I entirely believe Steve Buscemi would eat some children?
But he doesn't eat this little girl.
No, but he would eat some children. No, I mean real life. Hi, Steve. What would you like on your pizza this Friday night? Want some pepperoni, some ham, maybe some onion or some sweet corn, or what I have on my pizza, but I don't even have a tomato base on my pizza.
You put sweet corn on pizza?
I do.
We definitely need to do a whole breakdown of these American to UK differences, because sweet corn on pizza, that is not a thing. That is not a thing.
It is.
No.
Chicken, ham.
You are closer to Italy than we are, and you're putting sweet corn on a pizza.
I think you'll find I've had sweet corn on a pizza in Italy.
That is weird. That is weird, Italian people.
Stop calling Italian people weird.
That is weird.
I don't even have tomato on my pizza.
What do you mean?
I have it with pesto base.
Of course you do.
Basil. Garlic. Costs a bit extra because I have to get it with vegan cheese, I think.
Yeah. There was a lot of making vegan things vegetarian things at my lake trip away.
Well, has to be done sometimes, doesn't it?
Yes. You're missing out.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
You should try taking lactose pills and see if that helps you at all.
I don't miss cheese. I never liked cheese anyway.
You don't like Parmesan cheese on your pesto pasta?
I can deal with that. I can do that. That's light. That's light enough.
Okay.
Like I can do light mayo and light butter. But as soon as we start getting a little bit intense, Morgan stops working. Was this about the time Nicolas Cage was playing Superman? When was that?
I think it was
Early 2000s?
No. Because
Before this? I don't remember.
Because I want to say it was around the time that Tim Burton was still doing Batman movies.
Was it?
So he wasn't fired yet.
Okay. I don't remember. I don't remember anything.
So I'm sure it was probably
I'm too
like
into my own
93, 94, 95 era.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just thinking because he was supposed to have long hair in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, so that's probably what you're seeing. But this is not like real long hair. I'm pretty sure this is fake long hair.
Well, sure, but still, I don't think he suits hair that's not short.
Yeah.
Or the mid length.
Yeah. Who's John Cusack hate this movie so much?
Am I cutting it out at all?
You are a little verbally, but you're fine.
Yeah, I can tell.
Jumping over shit while things are exploding. It's like peak action, man. Oh, yeah. Get him, girl. Get him. Also, like, if you have this name-based, like, thing that's like your name is based off of your crime, like, you just have to be changing your name all the time. Because obviously
Like
you're going to keep being, like, stupid Danny Trejo's Johnny 23.
Oh.
So anytime he has a new victim, he's going to have to change his name every time.
I don't think he has to file a legal document.
No, but I think it's just...
I think he's probably just called John. John Trejo.
No, he's called Johnny 23.
That's his nickname.
Yeah.
That's what his friends call him.
That's what everybody calls him. Because you gotta have a cool killer name.
Imagine if Johnny 23.
So you just said now I'll be Johnny 24.
All right, Johnny 24. Then imagine if Johnny 24 was called his name for the same reason that is it Frankie Two Times from Goodfellas? He's called Frankie Two Times. Because Frankie, I think it's Frankie, Mr. Two Times from Goodfellas, is called that because he says things twice, one after each other, in a kind of psychological repetitiveness.
Yes.
So if Johnny 23/24 was called that for the same reason, he would say the same sentence 24 times after each other. He would be there all afternoon.
Just saying stuff over and over.
That was a poor attempt at spitting on somebody.
Yeah.
Do it properly. Get your saliva out. Don't just
Get the
blow on
phlegm
them.
up, lady. You know what this man was gonna do to you. You really gotta just
Exactly. Make him pay for. Make him look disgusting. Really snort yourself up there.
exactly.
Get it
Get it.
thick and grozzy, and just go bang straight on him. Use your tongue. Get some force into it.
Yes, he would have earned.
Watch Titanic. That'll teach you.
Yeah. Oh shoot! There goes the ass kicker.
You cannot shoot a damn thing, sir.
I'd like go for the tires, and they're both shooting at the window.
That car's flying. It's like Harry Potter.
And that's his car.
Where's Ron?
No, you didn't.
Ron's in the driver's seat. That's what's happening.
The other day, that might seem strange. Yeah, just Ron and Harry were just in there. Someone needs to edit
Hi,
that in.
Steve.
Hello.
We are having fun. Thank you very much for popping
Yeah,
in.
see, he remembers. He remembers.
Steve is very good. Steve's always been very
Mullet magic for Janine. Thank you.
Hashtag mullet magic. There you go. There's the hashtag.
Thank you, Steve. We miss you. Thank you for popping by.
I don't believe in custom license plates, Janine.
Well, nobody would know that because we've never seen your car.
I just think nobody should have a custom license plate. I think they're an absolute waste of money. Why would you want to flaunt yourself in such a ludicrous way?
Yeah.
Why do people name the cars as well?
So you wouldn't name your car?
No. My car is my car. I like my car. I enjoy going in my car. I like keeping my car clean. My car is not a person. A living creature.
Burger, 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 burger. Sweet home Alabama. That died in a plane crash. Oh shit. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Why? What? Sweet home Alabama?
No, Big Rams found out Cameron Poe's little secret.
Oh, we know that.
It's like Magic Mike, but Nick Cage.
Magic Mike. That's a Janine movie, isn't it?
It is. Have I made you watch Magic Mike yet?
No, you haven't. I was just trying to remember if I'd confused your love of Magic Mike with somebody else's, and I hadn't. It was you.
Yes. The first one is all right. It's kind of frustrating. But the second one is just like so much fun. It's definitely my guilty pleasure movie that I just put on when I just want something fun.
So who in Magic Mike is it that's the one we're going for?
I'm partial to Matt Bomer. He's pretty.
Matt Bomer. Okay.
Yes.
Didn't even know Matt Bomer was in Magic Mike.
Yes, and Joe Manganiello's in it as well. It's pretty.
I did know Joe Manganiello was in it.
Yes.
I will accept Joe Manganiello.
He goes by Big Dick Richie, so
that's a bit too intense for me, though. I will not now go for Joe Manganiello. I will still with Matt. There's absolutely no need to be so glaringly, unnecessarily lewd, as it is the first way of getting everybody to think of you having a particularly small penis if you refer to yourself as Big Dick whoever.
Well, it's kind of a running thing in the movie. He just can't find a girl who wants to be with him because it's just too big. So he's kind of sad about it. And it's been a long while since I've been with somebody because it's just too big.
And we're supposed to feel sympathy for this person.
We are, because nobody will touch it because it's just too much.
Rubbish.
So it is a gift and a curse. Is what we're meant to be told in this situation. What is his name, Morgan?
Whose name?
Bubba. I'm just testing your knowledge.
McKelty Williamson. Did I get it right? Have I cut off again?
No, you got it right. I gave you a thumbs up because that's what somebody would do in this movie. Is a thumbs up.
What?
This
Just
music playing. And like, yeah.
You know what this movie is missing though?
What?
And I know it had that a little bit. It's missing a. Yeah, I suppose it's got a little bit of a theme song, hasn't it?
Well, I mean, it has the "How Do I Live With This."
Yeah, that's what I mean.
This movie. And it has "Sweet Home Alabama," and it has this.
Oh, never mind. Yes, the score, the theme score, yeah. But it needs more of a intense theme song rather than the general kind of softer, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called now, Janine.
What?
The song you were singing just then.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Wasn't Sweet Home Alabama. It was the one before it. That's the one.
You, I want to know.
Instead of being a ballad, it needs a. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I think I'm tired. This is the latest I've been up and about for weeks. So.
Wow. Okay. Wild man over here.
I know. 11:45 midnight. I'm so old, Janine. You know that.
Oh, yeah. You're so old.
No, but like, I mean, in myself. Maybe not physically.
All right. We're headed for Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Yeah. Viva Las Vegas.
Oh, is that what we're doing next for a watch along? The Elvis movie, Viva Las Vegas.
Well, it's up to you. It's your pick next.
We've never done an Elvis. Would you want to do an Elvis movie?
Sure. I mean, I've never seen an Elvis movie.
Have you never seen a single Elvis movie?
I have not.
I mean, they're not great. I've only seen like 4 of them.
We could watch Bubba Hotep.
We could watch Bubba Hotep. What, for the show or for a watch along? We can't watch it for the show. It's not old enough.
I've never seen it.
Probably be a good watch along. I've never seen Bubba Hotep. Why have you thought of that?
I don't know, because isn't it like something with a zombie Elvis played by Bruce Campbell or something along those lines?
It is. I know it's Bruce Campbell.
That hard rock guitar in the movie, just
what?
So that hard rock, the strip has changed so much since this movie.
What's there now?
I don't know. It's like, I don't remember Circus being on the strip. It was like way far away from everything. The first time I went to Vegas at 21, like we stayed at Circus and it was annoying because it was just so far away from everything.
Well, I thought Circus was on the strip, but it was just up at the top.
At the end, yeah. It just felt very far away from everything. But like how this
It's one of the older ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does it still have a little train ride?
I don't remember.
Or a little, like, whatever it is.
Like, typically I'll just say it's pretty central, and then I won't really venture out anywhere outside.
Have you ever been on the roller coaster on New York?
I did this last time I was there for the first time. It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I remember going on that roller coaster when I went to Las Vegas with my family years and years and years ago now. In fact, 10 years ago now.
Well, we are not roller coaster enthusiasts. We are just people who just do stuff.
I'm not saying anything.
You are,
But
I know, I remember you telling me a while back you didn't think it was worth the money, so.
No, I didn't say anything. I've
You were
not
about
even
to
said
say
anything.
you were about to say some very negative things about that roller coaster.
I'm not about to say some very negative things about it.
What are you gonna say?
I remember having fun on it. I also remember getting blinded by the sun on the lift hill. So I couldn't actually see for the rest of the ride.
It was
so I was just being thrown around on a fairly rough track. But I've never minded that. And I enjoyed the novelty of going on a roller coaster, and I've not done those ones at the top of the Stratosphere Tower, and I never will in my entire life. Even if I go to Las Vegas every week for the rest of my life, I will never do that.
Why?
Because it's too high.
Okay.
It's just too high, you know. If it was lower down,
well, that other roller coaster, the New York roller coaster, was pretty high.
But it's not at the top of the Stratosphere Tower, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty scary. I saw like pictures and videos. Because we thought about doing that.
Absolutely, I would. It's the
and
most
to be doing also like that
inducing thing I can think of.
Drop thing on there as well.
Yeah,
yeah. We looked
There's
at doing
a drop
things like
tower
that
on there,
and I was terrified. But I was like, if you guys want to do it, I'll do it.
There's a little track roller coaster that literally up at the top, Janine, has you sat like this.
Yes, and you
looking
just go
over the edge, and then you go forwards quickly and then stop again right at the end.
Yes.
As though you're going to flirt right off.
Yep.
There's also a weird chair swing thing.
Yes, I saw
where
that
you
too.
spin and you're tilted like that, looking down, wearing a little shoulder restraint. Not a chance. I'm doing that without vomiting, fainting, and wiggling out of the restraint, so I end up falling hundreds of feet to my death. Because my body has just gone that limp from being on something like that.
We did look at those activities, but we did not partake.
Good. Didn't you go and see a magic show?
We did. We saw David Copperfield.
Is David Copperfield at least 78 years old now?
I think he's in his 60s.
Because I actually saw David Copperfield when I went as well.
Oh, yeah? What did he do in his show?
I remember him bringing a car onto the stage out of thin air.
Yes.
It was pretty big.
And look at them riding together on these police bikes. Yeah.
I remember making himself appear about the room. I remember him getting my parents up.
Really?
I don't remember what they did.
Okay. Yeah, he's got aliens now and dinosaurs.
Aliens?
And dinosaurs. Yeah, he has a whole elaborate story time happening.
I remember what shirt I wore on the day. It's a weird fact.
You don't remember any of the magic, but you remember what you were wearing.
Yeah. I don't remember. Yeah, I do. Because I think it was the only shirt I owned at the time.
Well, the end, like the whole trick is like at the beginning of the show, he tells us to send our email address to him. And then by the end of the show,
what is he just sending you a load of marketing emails?
And then he sends us an email right at that moment, but not to check it. He says, "Don't open it, don't check it." And then by the end of the show, when we open it, it like says everything that happened. but it's magic because he's telling us before it happened.
It's not magic, though, is it? Harry Potter's magic, Janine. David Copperfield is just a very talented illusionist.
Can you just stop being so...
It's not magic, though, is it?
No, it is not. But just...
Very impressive. It's not Harry Potter.
No.
Not Wingardium Leviosa
Nobody
himself.
believes that it's really magic, but that's just what
some people do. Children do. I did. That's a nice subtitle there. Agonizing Scream.
Yes. Oh, we're bringing out the axe. Okay.
Have you ever hacked someone with an axe?
I have not.
Good. I would judge you much differently if you did.
I've never slung an axe or anything.
What, not at a piece of wood?
No, I haven't.
Mind you, I suppose there's no need to be chopping wood for the fire in Fresnonington. Who's the...
Fresnonington? Because yeah.
Fresnonington, which is its new name that I've just coined just right now.
Fair enough.
You don't need to chop wood for the fire, do you?
No, not.
Because if you had a fire, just think if you were sat in this room now, Jane, as you are, with a fire on.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that. I mean, our winter did get pretty cold that I did make a couple fires.
Good.
But I just buy pre-cut wood. I don't cut wood. Oh my gosh.
You mean you don't go out to the forest and chop your own tree down and haul it all back home and then
chop it into pieces? No.
Chop it into pieces?
No.
You mean you're not living like it's the 1700s?
How convenient. How convenient he just falls into this.
So precise. I mean, his face is just flattened.
Pulverizer. Yeah, his face.
Look at all the money.
I know.
Look at all the gamblers.
Like tiny
oh, the bunny. Oh, the bunny's gone down the drain. Oh, dear. Oh, no, it hasn't.
He just happened to
Pennywise has not got the bunny today.
Like, why, when money's falling in the sky, why are you trying to catch it from the sky? Go just pick it up from the ground.
Every time people make themselves really numb.
Didn't this happen at the end?
In the air, looking really pathetic.
Didn't this happen at the end of the people under the stairs?
It did. It's exactly what happened at the end of the people under the stairs. They were trying to catch it in the sky. Why are you trying to catch it in the sky?
Oh, getting another Fresno mention right here. He apologizes for his car. Yeah, Fresno.
Do you know a good body shop in Fresno?
No, I don't actually.
You only know the bad ones.
Yes. Well, I've never really needed one. So.
Or is it just a joke that there actually isn't a good body shop in Fresno?
Maybe that's the joke. Oh, here's the song.
That is my daughter.
He probably stinks to high heaven.
His daughter probably thinks he's a performer.
See, he wanted to get a haircut. Oh, it smells. Oh.
do think it's a little bit unfair how he was ended up in prison in the first place.
Yeah, right? It's terrible.
But it's all worked out in the end. Oh, isn't it nice? Family. Dom Toretto would be happy. He'd be so happy. Dom Toretto's watching this crying his eyes out.
Family.
But obviously Dom Toretto's not watching it on his own. He's got all 15 of them there. Thought that was John Travolta then. I don't agree that we should be allowing Steve Buscemi out in public. And I don't mean Steve Buscemi. I mean Cannibal Steve Buscemi. Yay, Connor. Are you getting in? Are you into it? I don't know what's happened. Freezing. Things are frozen. Well, that was conveniently right at the end, wasn't it? What's gone on there? Let's just see what's happened, because that was fun. We were going to end the stream anyway. End the watch-along, weren't we? So I'll just try and see what's gone on there. And see if Janine can get back. But that was fun. Thank you to those of you that did pop in for the liveness of it. We appreciate you greatly. And we'll be back, obviously, with more watch-alongs in the coming weeks and things. Because we're balancing everything out. And we might have something coming tomorrow, actually, as well. So if you are watching this on the day, if you are joining us, if you have popped in, yeah, we might have something coming tomorrow. So just keep an eye out. Do the subscribes and the notifications and all that good stuff. You can find the show, the It's a Wonderful Podcast feed, all places podcasts are found. There are links to that. This is the YouTube channel, though, where we do all the video stuff. That's not just the main podcast feed. Links to Twitter and everything like that is also, if it's not in the description, it should be. Or it's certainly on the YouTube homepage and everywhere like that. So yeah, go check it all out from Janine and I, who may be back. Unfortunately, yes, from Janine and I. Thank you very much. Much love. See you next time. Bye.